Place where the land may see, there is a home so sweet, the house of an artist, with something to show us, painting pictures with brush and pen, up on the paper in a book that's so beautiful it is a joy to read, because the stories you find in this book of wonders are some of the most amazing you will hear, for the stories were inspired over the ages by God's Holy Spirit who guided your travels long ago. John is the friar's name, and you will find with him 3 friends so special, having fun all together. Renata, Leopold and Tim, who want to share with you all the good stories that the Friar John would tell.
And if you like, you can join these 4 friends and maybe stay for a while, and together we will play.
Or perhaps you would like to join in the chorus. No need to worry if they sing a little out of tune.
If you prefer to play with the smallest, come to a game and you can enter too.
So come, we are waiting in this holy place. We're really sure that you want to hear the stories of Friar.
The Unmerciful Servant.
I know. I will draw a little house. What are you doing, Renata? I'm drawing. But that drawing isn't finished yet. I'm going to see Leopold. Okay. Oh, Tim. Yes? Have you seen my ruler? I can't find it. No, I haven't seen it. Okay, thank you.
Oh, now put this here. Oh, it's great. Oh, this one on top. Oh, it's going to be great. My castle. A yellow piece.
That looks really great. Can I play too?
But I need to use all the pieces, Timothy.
But you can lend me a few, can't you? Come on.
Okay, so long as you only use the ones that don't
Oh,
leave.
goody goody. Okay, let's see. This little piece. Oh, this one. No, not this one. Oh, okay, this is the one I want. Do you need this one, Leopold?
What? That one? No, I don't think I need that one.
Good. I'm going to put this here. Leopold?
Yes?
And do you need this long piece?
This piece?
Yes.
But only this one, eh?
Yes.
Yes, well, take it, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, this is great.
I put a little nail. Now I take the big piece off. Oh, it's too heavy. It's very difficult. Oof. Yeah. Put a little nail over here, over there, over here, over there, over here, over there, up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh, it works! Yay! Up works! Oh, now I'm going to check it out. Let's see. Ow! Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, a bigger piece. Ow! Oh, it still doesn't work. Oh, I need more weight. I'm going to put on lots. First the blue, then yellow, then red, and then the tiny green one. That's it. Let's try. Oh, it still doesn't work. I need another piece.
Hey, Tim. Look at my castle. Have you seen it?
Leopold, could you change this piece for another?
This piece?
Yes.
I can't move it, Tim. It's being used. Sorry.
It's just that I need one that is bigger.
But this piece holds up the entire castle. You can't take it out, Tim. Besides, I have to put one over here.
Oh, too bad, because I need it. Oh, it's gone. What will happen if I take it? Let's see. Push a little. Nothing happens. Push a little bit more. Nothing happens. I think I can bear it. Let's see. I'm going to take it. Oh, I did it! I did it! Oh, Leopold won't even notice. Let's try it. Oh, let's see if it works. Here. Let's see. Okay, down. It works. Down, up. Oh, now I can play on it. Down, up. And down, up. And down, up. And down, here.
And now I put this piece here and my castle is finished. What happened? My castle has been broken. Why? What's happened to it?
Down, up. Down, up.
I think I know who is to blame. Timothy! What is my little piece doing here?
No,
I told you don't take out the
it's
piece.
an accident. Forgive me.
Not forgive me. I said no.
What happened?
Renata,
You spoiled
I'm sorry.
my-
It was me, but it was an
Sorry,
accident.
nothing.
What?
How would you like someone to spoil your day's work?
All day to do that, Renata.
Now you say you haven't done anything wrong. See if you like it when someone does the same thing to you. Renata, this toy was mine. Timothy, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Nothing. You should have asked before you did it. I didn't know it was yours. I was so angry, and it was his fault because he made
My
me mad.
fault.
Yes, your
It
fault.
was Timothy's fault. He destroyed my castle. I was building it.
No, it's your fault because you didn't want to share the pieces, and I had to sneak one away.
These pieces are mine, and I will lend them to you when I want to.
Oh, this ruler is mine.
Let it go.
It's mine.
Give it to me.
Give me that toy. This is mine.
I hate
It's mine, ruler.
I heard you, man. Give it to me. Give it to me. Uh-oh.
Oh, Father John's pain.
Look what you've done, Renata. What are we going to do? Huh? Oh, here comes Father
What
John.
have we done?
Children? Huh? Is anyone here? Oh, my paint! How could this have happened? Children, where are you? What a disaster. Hello, Timothy. Let's see. Explain to me what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so what happened?
We had a fight. It's just that we were fighting with my ruler because we were all fighting.
Yes, Father John, forgive us. Because I was fighting with Renata
I
and not
forgive
doing the
you.
painting.
Don't worry about that,
Excuse
but tell
excuse
me.
me. Excuse me.
Why are you fighting?
Explain to you.
Because-
Leopold didn't let me have the pieces, so I took it without permission.
That's a lie because the
No.
pieces are mine. And I have no reason to give it
Leopold
to
says
you.
that the ruler is yours, but it's mine.
But I didn't know the ruler was Renata's, and
the
besides,
ruler is
Timothy
mine,
took it
and
with all
also
the
there's
other
a-
pieces.
Okay. I see you've offended each other.
Yes, Leopold offended me.
Me?
Yes,
Well,
I
Timothy
was
offended
That
me.
offended me because she threw my toy on
yes.
the floor.
Well, you see, if you've offended each other, you also need to forgive each other.
But I asked Timothy to forgive me, and he didn't want to forgive me.
Well, what about me? You didn't forgive me either.
I asked you to forgive me, and you didn't forgive me. You
You're
didn't
lying.
want to
Then
forgive
you're
me.
lying.
That's enough.
I don't want to
Can't you
forgive
forgive if
no,
I've forgiven you?
It's true.
To be forgiven, you must learn to forgive. Yes, there's a parable that speaks about it.
Oh, good.
Well, do you want to read it?
Parable. Come on. Oh, wow.
It's the parable of the unmerciful servant.
The Unmerciful Servant.
Without a heart.
Oh, without a heart.
There was once a king who wanted to see how his servants were managing his money. When he looked at the accounts, he saw that one servant owed him 10,000 talents.
I imagine you know how much you owe me, don't you?
I know it's a lot. I'm not sure, really. How much is it?
10,000 talents. How will you pay me? Do you have that much money?
No, Your Highness, I don't have the money. But given time, I'm sure I can pay it all back.
You don't have the money. gods! Sell this man as a slave and his wife and children too.
No.
Sell his house and his land
No.
and all his possessions and use the money to
Be
pay the
merciful,
debt.
please.
As you wish, my lord.
No, please be merciful. Oh, no, not my family. Oh, no, please, not my family. Oh, no. Oh.
And the king, who had a good heart,
I will be merciful to you. I forgive you. You may go free. Release him. Your debt is cancelled.
Oh, thank you, my king. Oh, your majesty, thank you. Oh, you are truly a merciful king. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm free. I'm free.
Calm
Oh,
down,
thank you.
calm
Thank you, my
down.
king.
Up you
Oh,
get,
thank
you're
you.
free to go.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm free. I'm free. I'm a free man. Oh, I'm free. I'm free. I'm a free man. Oh, I'm free. I'm free. Oh.
the servant left the palace feeling very happy and walked out into the street. And there he met a man he knew, another servant, who owed him only 100 denarii.
Aha! There you are. So where's my money? Pay me what you owe me. Well, I'm short of cash. I've had some problems recently. I just can't pay you. That's just an excuse. Pay up right now or I'll take you to the judge and make sure he sends you to jail. Understand? Please give me time. I'll pay you back. I've given you plenty of time and I should have done this a lot sooner. Guards! Now you'll see. Yes, sir. Arrest this man. He owes me 100 denarii and won't pay me back. Take him to the judge. Oh, no, please.
But although the man begged for mercy, it was no use. The servant took him to court, and the judge sentenced him to be held in prison until the 100 denarii had been repaid. The king heard all this and was very angry.
It can't be true. He had this man sent to jail because he owed him 100 denarii?
That's right, sire.
Bring me that unmerciful servant. You are a wicked man. I cancelled your debt because you begged me to. Shouldn't you do the same and forgive your fellow servant in the same way I forgave you? Take this man to prison and don't let him out until he's paid back everything he owes.
Do you see? God is like this king.
Oh, and why is God like that king?
Because God forgives us like this king. But he wants us to forgive others.
Yes.
Oh, and if we don't forgive, are we going to prison?
Well, not exactly. But if we don't forgive, we will live in darkness and in the prison of bitterness.
Oh, the darkness.
Bitterness.
Oh, I feel I've been in the darkness and prison of bitterness for a while, for not forgiving Timothy. I'm going to forgive Tim.
Oh, thank you, Leopold. Thanks.
That's well done, Leopold.
Timothy, I forgive you for collapsing my castle. I forgive you even if you destroyed it by removing a piece cold and calculated, taking advantage I wasn't there. It was the reason my beautiful castle fell down. I worked so hard, it's your fault, you inconsiderate tiny
Leopold,
mouse.
please, but are you going to forgive him?
Father John, I think it's going to be very hard to forgive him for this offence.
Yes, I will have to wait too before I forgive Leopold for destroying my drawing. And I will have to wait a long time before I forget that Leopold called me inconsiderate and a tiny mouse.
Well, try to forgive him, so you don't live in the darkness of bitterness.
I will try, but I don't think I can.
Father John,
dark in
it's
here.
very dark.
Yes, I think there will be a storm.
A storm?
Yes.
Oh, a light, how pretty.
Oh, worry.
Father John, it's
Nothing's
frightening. It's
happening.
noisy.
It will end soon. Be
Oh,
calm.
I don't like it. Oh, Father John, it's very dark.
Father John, I'm afraid.
Me too, Father John. Oh, it's very dark. I'm going to turn on the light. Oh, the windows has opened. I can't close it. It has turned off the light. Oh, this must be the darkness of bitterness like Father John told us. Father John, Father John. It's the darkness of unforgiveness.
Timothy.
It's the darkness of unforgiveness.
No, Timothy, it's just a storm.
I'm afraid.
Stay calm, Timothy. It will be finished in a moment. Don't worry. It's only a storm.
We're
This
afraid,
isn't the
Father
darkness
John.
of unforgiveness, but everything is very dark. It's all very dark.
In the darkness, a little light.
Huh?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I
nice.
like that.
And if you want, while the storm finishes, we can listen to the music box.
Oh, the music box, the music box. Oh, yeah. Oh, open it, Timothy, open it. Come on, let's see what's inside. Oh. Oh, it's a king sitting on a throne. Oh, it's a good king. There's a door.
Oh, and there's a man locked up. Here's a prison. It's a prison. The king looks very grand. He has a book. He's asking the king, look.
Oh, I like that. Let's see.
It's really good. Oh, look. He's asking.
One day a king most strict and severe, so his servants' debt had grown, and it was clear it was now 10,000 talents of gold, and the poor man had not a penny to hold. So the king ordered the sale of his home, his belongings, and everything else that he owned, and sell his wife and kids to be slaves. I will have my money, I need to be paid. That poor servant soon begged in desperation. Please forgive me, he cried, or have compassion. The king felt sorry for this man, so forgave the debt and let him start over again. Let us not forget the pardon God gives us when there are others causing us offense. Don't ever end up bearing grudges. There's a life to live, and if someone does offend us, let us forgive. To his home he went dancing, very happy. Then an unexpected meeting. Who should he see? A man who owed him money, just a little, and could not pay him any. Not a nickel. Pay me now what you owe me, he demanded, or a prisoner you will be. You'll get arrested. Although the debtor begged, all in vain, before the judge he was led, shackled in chains. The news came to the king at the palace, and ordered the men brought in disgrace. Your debts have all been covered, account closed. So couldn't you forgive another? The little owed. Now off to jail you go for your evil, and you won't be free to go until you paid it all. Now off to jail you go for your evil, and you won't be free to go till you paid it all. Let us not forget the pardon God gives us when there are others causing us offense. Don't ever end up bearing grudges. There's a life to live, and if someone does offend us, let us forgive.
It's very sad. He stayed in jail.
Yes, in jail.
Bad.
Oh,
He didn't want to forgive. What a beautiful song.
yes, it was so good. Oh,
Let's
yes,
not forget the
good.
pardon God
Oh,
gives us
good,
when there are others
good.
causing us
Oh, the storm
offense.
is gone. The storm is gone.
And
Bearing grudges, there's a life to live, and if someone does offend us,
Let us forgive. You see, children, we must forgive.
Yes, it's true. We should forgive, though we were
yes,
fighting.
it's true. We should forgive.
Leopold,
Yes.
could you forgive me because I took out the piece and collapsed your castle?
Yes, Timothy, I forgive you. And can you forgive me for calling you an inconsiderate and tiny mouse?
forgive you.
Come here.
I forgive you.
I love you,
Leopold. I love
Timothy.
you.
Renata, can you forgive me for having damaged the drawing and for the fight? I'm really sorry.
Of course I forgive you,
You're my best friend,
Leopold.
Renata.
I
I love you.
Forgive me for being angry.
Oh,
Hey, Timothy,
Oh, yes.
do you forgive me for knocking down your toy and breaking it?
Oh, yes, Renata, I forgive you.
Oh, thank you very much, Timothy.
love you.
come on, you two, give me a hug. I love you very
I'm
much.
happy now you forgave each other. Look, a rainbow.
Oh, a rainbow, how pretty.
It's as if we've made God happy because we have forgiven each other.
Yes, you feel better when you forgive and you let others
Yes,
forgive you.
It takes a lot of weight off me, but it costs a
Oh,
lot.
yes,
There
that's
was
very
once a
true.
saint
Oh,
who forgave for
come on,
something
come on.
really, really
Yay.
hard.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
His name was Saint John Gualbert.
Oh,
St. John Gualberto.
St. John Gualbert was born in Florence, Italy, in the 11th century. He was of a noble family, and his father intended him to have an important position. It happened that his only brother was killed. One day, as he traveled along with some military friends, he suddenly found the murder of his brother, and he cornered him. The murderer thought himself lost. He begged for his life, making the sign of the cross with his hands. Struggling against his heart, which called for revenge, John Gualbert had mercy on him and forgave him. He let him go, saying, "For the love of Christ, I forgive you." After this encounter, he went to a church and knelt before an image of Christ crucified. Then he saw that Jesus tilted his head and told him, "Thank you, John." From that moment, his life changed completely. In reward for his good deed, Jesus gave him the desire to be a monk. He left the weapons and military uniforms and became a humble monk, full of peace and joy, but also of strength and righteousness. As a monk, he did great good for the church because he corrected those who made money with the religious life and founded many monasteries in which they lived in righteousness and in holiness.
Oh, lovely.
good. Oh,
And so,
wow.
from the saint who forgave something as difficult to forgive as the murder of his only brother, we can learn there isn't anything impossible to forgive. And if we forgive, God is very happy and he blesses us very much. What do you think?
This saint forgave such a hard thing, and I could not forgive the breaking of a toy castle.
And I could not forgive the spoiling of a little drawing.
And I could not forgive a silly insult.
But finally you found you could forgive, and that's the most important thing.
Yes.
We'll often offend and upset each other because we're still sinners. But without forgiveness, we would be angry all the time. Would you like that?
No. It's much better if we're always happy. Oh, yes, I love you all.
Well, do you want to sing the song of the Unmerciful Servant?
Oh, yes, come on, let's sing the song. Oh, yeah, come on.
One day a king was strict and severe, so his servant's debt had grown, and it was clear it was now 10,000 talents of gold, and the poor man had not a penny to hold. So the king ordered the sale of his own, his belongings, and everything else that he owned. Then sell his wife and kids to be slaves. I will have my money, I need to be paid. But poor servant soon begged in desperation. Please forgive me, he cried. Oh, have compassion. The king felt sorry for this man, so he forgave the debt and let him start over again.
Let us not forget the pardon God gives us when there are others causing us offense. Don't ever end up bearing grudges. There's a life to live, and if someone does offend us, let us forgive.
To his home he went a-dancing. Very happy. At an unexpected meeting. Who should he see? A man who owed him money.
go. Off to jail you go, and you won't be free to go. Let us not forget the pardon God gives us when there are others causing us offense. Don't ever end up bearing grudges.